sorts of terrible quandaries today.
Eli, exactly. They're running too wide right now. That means that there has to be an outside groove also. Now, granted, if you get up high on the racetrack and the loose stuff, any racetrack, it's going to get loose on you. But right now, these guys are fighting side by side in every corner. It's a great race.
I walked the track this morning, and it was in great shape before this thing began. It was in great shape.
Again, nothing doubt, Jeff, because I mean the man's won, you know, Daytona 500s. But you'd expect if it were that bad, you'd be seeing guys banging off the wall all day, and that's not happened, obviously.
No, they're banging off each other. But
yeah, well, that's racing.
Yeah, oh, it is. This is racing right here.
That is third spot swapping around right there.
Mark Martin knows he has a great race car on long runs, but Jeff Gordon has a better car with fresh tires on it right now. You can see Jeff Gordon pulling out to about a 2-car length lead. Rusty Wallace is moving well also.
Those guys can smell the lead.
Yeah, well, the lead's still 2 3/10 seconds ahead of those guys. We've got a way to go. Jeff Burton has a 2nd and 10 on Mike Skinner. Skinner has 1 2/10 on Jeff Gordon.
Look at Rusty Wallace's car there. Gain on Mark Martin from the center part of the corner to the straightaway. Whatever the adjustments that they made on the 2-car during that last stop, it seems to really work well for Rusty Wallace.
Got it right, didn't they, buddy?
And again, only last October when Rusty finished 21st here, only then as he failed to finish out of the top 7 in the prior 5 races.
And that was a crash right at the end of the race that caused that to happen. Yeah, he's finished every lap here except one. In all the Winston Cup races they have ever had, this is a very good racetrack. When you look at Robin Pemberton, his crew chief in the upper right, and Jack Roush.
He looks on towards his race leader. Look at this here. Nadeau, Schrader, Earnhardt.
Schrader is just absolutely threads the needle down into turn 1. The green car there, and you see Earnhardt getting by Nadeau.
Schrader was the only one in that mess who was on the lead lap. He came out of it in 11. Earnhardt being shown in 22nd, a couple of laps down. And Jerry Nadeau is in 28th, 3 laps down.
Dale Jarrett mired up in a lot of lap traffic right now, trying to make his way to the front.
Riding with Jerry Nadeau, he's got Ricky Rudd just ahead of him, who's a lap down in 23rd. Ricky Rudd normally runs real well on a flat track that gets a little greasy and slippery, but today Ricky's not really been a factor. There's Ernie Irvan coming into your living room in 13th.
Bobby Hamilton in the 4 there, soldiering along, and Jeff Green just behind him in the green car.
Let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Yeah, guys, you were talking about Dale Jarrett, and don't even know his own last name. My goodness. Dale Jarrett and Ernie Irvan both pitted on that last caution. Dale took on fuel. As we said, he couldn't make it the rest of the way. They also changed 4 tires while they were in here and made a track bar adjustment. Ernie Irvan also came in. He was one of the last cars in the lead lap. And Ryan Pemberton, his crew chief, told me, hey, we had nothing to lose, so we put on tires, made a chassis adjustment as well. But they are mired in traffic. Now it has gone out single file, so maybe if the chassis adjustments work, both those cars may be able to move up in the field a little bit.
Might well be. By the way, for the record, Mike Hillman, the crew chief for the 98 bunch, he said that he thought that Bickle might have lost a right front tire, might have cut it, and what we saw was the smoke of him trying to woe that car down before the wall did the woeing for him.
Yeah, I was talking it might be a motor, and then I looked at the path he took straight into the wall. That normally means that something gives way.
The liquid may well have been the radiator just rolling back underneath the tire.
Bill Elliott in the 94 there. You can see him getting off turn 2 as he gets by Nadeau.
Nadeau's his teammate. Elliott owns a piece of the action of that race car.
Right now in the top 10, you got 5 Fords, couple of Chevys, 3 Pontiacs. Pretty good in the parity department right there. I guess Sonoma this year, a couple weeks back, was the first time we had a couple of Pontiacs finish in the top 5. course, by the numbers game, if nothing else, Pontiac is down to the other models. There aren't that many Pontiacs running out there.
Let's talk a little bit about Ricky Craven. He has had some problems losing fluids out of this race car most of the day today. So Ricky Craven, he's getting a lot of experience again under race conditions, and his condition seems to be good. He has not asked for a release driver, so he must be okay.
Of course, he also ran Watkins Glen and did well there, qualified and finished in the top 10. And they went to Greenville Pickens Speedway this week and ran lap after lap after lap, about 200 of them, just to be sure he was okay. It's a little short track, but it's a flat track. And they say if you get your car set up there, your car ought to be pretty good here, and it was at the beginning.
They've developed quite a little cottage industry there at the Greenville Pickens Speedway. That's become, along with the Concord Motorsports Park, maybe one of the two big tracks of choice as far as testing, because you can test unlimitedly on tracks that are not on the NASCAR Winston Cup schedule.
Eli, look at this. Mike Skinner's just a little bit off the pace, and Jeff Gordon's running him down. This is the battle for second place as they head into turn 1.
They are still 2 8/10 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton, who has, by the way, clinched the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps today. He's led 132 of 242. There's second and third. There's the leader, Burton. More from New Hampshire in a moment.
This is NASCAR. This is you. And this is us. Hot Wheels Pro Racing. We'll get you this close to the action with Hot Wheels Pro Racing Die-Cast. The best of NASCAR in 3 scales. The Legend Series, unsurpassed detail in 64th scale. And Legends to life with real racing motion and digital sound. If they drive it, we make it. On the track, off the track, in the pits. Investment quality collectibles. Because to get them right on this scale, you gotta race them on this one. We're Hot Wheels.
In racing, the engine is everything.
What? It's the driver.
A driver will never see a finish line without a great engine.
The greatest engine will never see a victory lap without a great driver.
At least they agree on Texaco Haviland Formula 3 motor oil, the same oil you can buy right off the shelf. And also try Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze from Texaco.
The engine's the first thing to the finish line.
Not in Indy cars.
There is the man of the moment, Jeff Burton. Of course, he's been the man of the last 7 races, really, when you stop to think about it. 6 top 10 finishes in the last 7 races, and there's the spread. It's now 3.5 seconds to Skinner and Gordon and Mark Martin.
Gordon looking in his mirror, and he sees Mark Martin coming. He's putting the pressure on Skinner as he makes a move to the inside off turn 4.
Got him.
So Skinner now back to third. It's allowed Mark Martin to close right in at 4th. Rusty Wallace is still 5th. Super run for John Andretti and Kyle Petty, 6th and 7th, respectively. Jeremy Mayfield is 8th. Kenny Wallace, a good run. Herman the German is 9th. And Kenny Schrader is 10th.
Car a couple of weeks ago at Daytona. You wonder about the popularity of these people and what they can do. A couple of weeks ago at Daytona, they threw a little party, a testimonial party for Mark Martin. They had 50 tables, each of which had 10 seats. That's 500 people could get in. They had no problem selling every seat at $100 a whack. All $50,000 went to drug rehabilitation in the Daytona Beach area.
And Mark was, genuinely moved. There were tears in his eyes.
Yeah, there were.
There were tears in his eyes that night.
Pretty special. His mom and dad were there, and a lot of other people who meant a lot to him.
Taking a look back as to who's where. There, of course, is Jeff Burton, the leader. You've seen the ongoing battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but between the leader and that battle, you've got some of the lap machines. Andy Hillenberg, he's in 31st. Joe Nemechek in 36th. There's the 75 of Rick Mast, who was involved in an accident earlier today. There's the battle for 2nd spot. 3rd and 4th, Gordon, Skinner, and Mark Martin.
Skinner's hanging on pretty well. Mark got by him fairly easily, but he's not lost any track position, any space since then.
Rusty Wallace running in 5th. He's 5 seconds behind the race leader. There's John Andretti running in 6th. And you've got Kyle Petty still solidly in 7th. Kyle is now 7 4/10 seconds behind Jeff Burton. Chad Little is the next car on the racetrack. However, he's no longer on the lead lap, having been bypassed a while ago to run 19th. There's Jeremy Mayfield. He is 8th, 10 seconds behind Jeff Burton, the race leader. Then you've got Kenny Irwin, who was involved in problems early today, and he's back in 33rd spot. Irwin's only completed 238 of 253 laps. Then you drop back to some more of the lap machines. You've got Jimmy Spencer. There you go now to Kenny Wallace in the 81. He's running in 9th. Behind him, the 33 of Ken Schrader, running in 10th. They're 14 seconds back of the leader. Dale Jarrett now 15 seconds back of Jeff Burton, running in the 11th spot. Then you've got the 90. That's Dick Trickle, not on the lead lap. He's in 20th, 2 laps down. But there is Bobby Labonte. He is on the lead lap. 12th place, 16 seconds back of the leader. Then you've got the 3, Dale Earnhardt. He's in 21st spot, a lap down. And you've got Ricky Rudd. He's in 22nd spot, a lap down. They were battling for spots, for positions. Mr. Jeff Green right there in 13th. By the way, his brother David Green, a super run last night in the Busch race at Myrtle Beach. Super second place run for him. There's Terry Labonte. He is now being shown in 14th spot. Then you go back to the 4 of Bobby Hamilton, the 1 of Darrell Waltrip. They're running side to side, or nose to tail right now for 15th and 16th spot. They are on the lead lap. 22 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton. There's Brett Bodine. He's in 23rd, a couple of laps down. Michael Waltrip is in 24th spot. He's a couple of laps back. Bill Elliott's in 28th position. He is 3 laps back. Elliott in the 94. Then our pole sitter, Ricky Craven. He's 5 laps down in 30th. Jerry Nadeau in the 13th car. He is also down, at this point, 2 laps in 29th. The 30 is Derek Cope. Derek is in 17th, only 1 lap down. And the 40 is Sterling Marlin. He's in 35th position. There's Johnny Benson. He's in 25th, 2 laps down to the leader, Jeff Burton. Behind him, the 22 of Ward Burton. He's in 26th position, 2 laps down. Ernie Irvan is in 18th spot. He's on the lead lap, 28 seconds down to the leader, Jeff Burton, who then cycles back on around. And there's the rundown of those still on the racetrack. In the garage, Hut Strickland out with an accident. Steve Grissom likewise. Gary Bradbury lost an engine. Ted Musgrave with an accident. So too Rich Bickle, and that is 10th place on the screen.
Dale Jarrett, the 88 there, trying to get by Schrader. You can see in the 33 there. Off the corner, Schrader gets a real good run. Some of that Robert Gates Hamlin there, right down the straightaway. He pulled up there and went right by Schrader, right under acceleration down the middle part of the back straightaway.
He has to be careful, too, with Joe Nemechek there on that inside groove. He had to pick and choose as he went.
Well, everybody else has next weekend off, but not Kenny Schrader. The next couple of days, he's going to be in Prescott, Iowa, then Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, Knoxville, Iowa, Denison, Iowa, then Pocono. All in about a week.
Look at this battle here. We've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Mark Martin just got by Skinner a lap prior to we drop it back to him there. You can see right now, Rusty Wallace in the 2 car is also trying to get by Skinner.
Looks like the 31's really having to work hard to hang on to a position now. Let's go to his pit and get an update.
Guys, have you ever had a bad shot at a golf course? You dropped another ball and took a mulligan? That's what Larry McReynolds wishes he could do now. They over-adjusted on the car during the last pit stop. It made the car now too tight. He was trying to hold off Mark Martin. He couldn't do it. Now he has his hands full with Rusty Wallace. Mark Martin, by the way, is his car. It takes a while to come in, and now he's perfect.
And we're at lap 261 of 300, so we're within shouting distance of the finish. Jeff Burton is pulling away. 5 seconds was the advantage. It is now up to 5.1 seconds of an edge on Jeff Gordon. Those folks think it's already a done deal.
Great. That tune-up.
These AC Delco parts are about the most dependable you can buy. They should really help improve your performance.
Come on, they're all the same. I'll take some out of this bushel basket.
Okay.
AC Delco. No matter what you drive, if you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Welcome to the newest Pep Boys Automotive Super Center. On your right, a world-class collection of accessories. And moving along, you'll find the tires.
Impressive! Very!
Do pause to notice the thousands of name-brand parts in stock.
You can't do it all in one day.
Finally, watch technicians fix everything from rack and pinion to radiators.
You're gonna love it.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us. See the Pennzoil World of Outlaws crown their sprint cars are. It's the 15th annual Kings Royal Buy from Eldora Speedway. Saturday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on TNN Motorsports.
Racing and high-tech auto body. The parallels are eerie. In racing, one man is high profile while his pit crew and racing team give support. And at high-tech auto body, Phil Timble represents the repairing and painting of over 7,000 vehicles by his team. In racing, when the support crew does their job, the driver is more successful. And at high-tech, Phil's customers are satisfied thanks to the quality work of his crew. Auto racing and high-tech auto body. The parallels are eerie.
If you've been injured, we'd like to help. Yes, we'd like to help. Joe Stewart, attorney at law, is the one to know.
If you've been injured due to someone's negligence, you need the support of an experienced attorney. Joe Stewart is the one to know.
Joe Stewart is the one to know.
The leader is in some traffic. Jeff Burton trying to split Rick Fast and Jerry Nadeau.
Oh, my. That's why you put one coat of paint on the right rear corner right there.
If they didn't touch, that's as close as you can come to it.
4.8 seconds of the lead now for Jeff Burton, and down just a tick because he's been working a lot of race traffic. Tim Burton looking on.
She does not take this stuff unemotionally.
No, very emotional young lady.
Very involved in her husband's racing. Look at her work.
You know, we talked about the Bud Polson has never won here, and apparently certainly won't again today with Ricky Craven well down the line. But do you realize how important qualifying is? 14 of the 16 races thus far this year have been won by the guy who started 7th or closer to the front. And today, Burton, if he goes on to win, he started in 5th. So only twice all year has the race winner started outside of the top 7.
When this car won last year, you could tell that they have a setup that would be hard to deal with for years to come. And when you have a good notebook, just like you said earlier, that when you have something to go back to a racetrack and have something to judge off of, it really helps and cuts down on time and practice and everything else. Great car there.
Yeah. Let's remember as well, the car that's running in third spot right now is his teammate, Mark Martin. So between them, and they do talk a lot, they've got something going here at the Hampshire.
You've got a Roush car, leading a Hendrick car, leading a Roush car, leading a Childress car. And then you've got the Penske South entrant, Rusty Wallace. There's the spread right there, 5.11 seconds from Burton. Back to that man, Jeff Gordon, who is following Ward Burton around the racetrack right now. 29 laps to go. And And now we'll look forward again from start-finish all the way around to turn number 2. And there you see Jeff Burton again. So that's actually Derek Holt right there. There's Jeff Burton. So there you see the spread between first and second place.
Eli's almost a full back straightaway. For the people that didn't relate to what they were looking at just then, about a full straightaway distance between first and second.
1,500 feet roughly.
Yeah.
Dale Jarrett and Kenny Wallace. 9th and 10th right there. Solid run for Kenny today.
Dale Jarrett sure had his problems today. They'll have to.
Yeah, he really has.
Fuel pickup problems.
Well, his problems really started right there when he ran out of fuel on the first pit stop, and he got out of sequence with everybody and got terrible track position after they had a caution a little bit later on. So he's really fought an uphill battle all day long.
There's Kenny Wallace, one of the drivers who has won here in NASCAR Busch Series competition. Rick Masters won here. Ricky Craven, Nemechek, Robert Presley. Derek Colt has won here in a NASCAR Busch Series car. Chad Little has won here in Busch Series competition. So the ongoing battle there for 9th and 10th, but there's Jeff Burton continuing now to pull away one more time. The lead over Jeff Gordon is up to 5 4/10 of a second.
After 50 years of sponsoring professional rodeo, you learn a few things about horsepower. Like when it's a good time to put your brand on the horse with the most power. Wrangler is a proud sponsor of the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated #1 race car. Driven by Steve Park and branded by Wrangler.
It's the bargain of the month from Coast to Coast, Service Star and True Value. And this month you'll save big bucks on...
Oh. Go, 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 go! This is not a drill. Move it, move it, move it! Go, go, over there, over there, over there! You! Come on, let's go!
A Lasco desk fan, a Green Thumb Superflex hose, or a Quickie sponge mop with refill. Bargain of the month. It's a very, very big deal.
Nice hustle, kid. You too, honey.
In a land where justice has been outlawed, why does an outlaw fight for justice?
It's only one man. It's not just one man. It's Zorro.
And how does he make sure the only mark he leaves is the mark of Zorro? Head and Shoulders, when you want to leave your mark and nothing else.
In South Dallas, a lot of folks like to work on their cars, and a lot of them come to AutoZone. They save money on top quality parts, and they find helpful people like Rocky Brown. Oh, sure, there are other parts stores in town, but Rocky's the kind of guy folks go out of their way to see. He's good at solving problems, and he really knows his parts. You see, when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
CNN Motorsports live coverage of the Jiffy Lube 300 is being brought to you by the more than 2,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Welcome back, everybody. There is the race leader, Jeff Burton. Now 5 seconds up on Jeff Gordon. 7 seconds up on Mark Martin. 8.5 seconds up on Rusty Wallace, and 8.7 seconds ahead of that battle right there between Wallace and Skinner. Inside of Michael Waltrip. And barring a caution flag now, we'll be with you right through to the checkers. No more commercial breaks unless we have a caution, so we'll all see how this unfolds together.
What a great run by the 31 car, Mike Skinner, today. Rusty Wallace got by him a few laps back, but he has not given up. He's fighting back as hard as he possibly can. The car looks pretty darn good in the corner.
And so does the driver. And, you know, there's been so much talk about Skinner getting fired out of this ride, going to lose his ride. Maybe Larry McReynolds is going to go. I talked to both of them in the garage today. They, in essence, said we'll stay as long as we're wanted, contract or no contract. But tell you what, a couple of performances like this, all those stories will disappear. And won't Larry McReynolds and Mike Skinner look like great guys? Those guys never forgot anything. Skinner's been a great driver. McReynolds a great crew chief. They just had a tough ride.
I'll tell you, you weren't with us last week in Milwaukee, but Buddy and I were. And they have, in the rumors, I don't know if it starts on the internet or where it comes from a lot of these wild reports. They had everybody in that 31 car except me. I was the only guy that wasn't linked, and that was because I probably couldn't climb through the window, or they would have had me on the list too. I mean, it was really bizarre. Larry Mack was busy putting out fires because he was with us on the telecast last week, and he was putting out fires, Buddy, as you remember, all weekend long.
Oh, absolutely. He made a long-distance call to Childress on the boat that he was on to find out if there'd been a change because so many people had asked him.
No, they weren't asking. They were telling him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad to see Mike Skinner and them having this kind of a day today. 282 laps down. As you see, 18 to settle it. The lead is now 6 seconds for Jeff Burton.
Skinner can hang on. He's going to have his best ever career Winston Cup finish. First ever top 5 in Winston Cup racing. And look at this pit of debris hanging off of Hillenberg's car in the left rear corner. I guess that's another way to make your car a little wider.
Yeah, that's not anything to worry about, though. That's just a piece of very light sheet metal that's been pulled away there, so it shouldn't make him get a black flag or anything to come in and get it off there.
Rusty Wallace, so it's been a while since that last win in early '97. That's the second longest winless streak for Rusty. The longest was the first 70-some-odd races when he broke into NASCAR Winston Cup races.
Has nothing to do with trying and effort. Those guys are so hard on the gas trying to get to victory lane.
Around Ricky Craven in the 50, back this week. If you're just joining us, set on the Bud pole, but has not really been a factor today. He's 5 laps down in 30th spot. There's second place man, Jeff Gordon. He works inside of Rick Mast. Why don't we head down towards Jeff Gordon's pit and get an update?
Well, Ray, we've been watching you all day. You guys have run almost a perfect race, but there's just a race car out there that's just better than anybody in the universe right now.
Yeah, the 99, and he's really going good. Hey, Jeff and Buddy did their homework. That thing's been on a rail all day. You know, there's been 3 or 4 of us right about the same speed, but none of us can run with him.
Okay, as I said, guys, they've adjusted and adjusted. Ray told me a little while ago that this is about as good as they've ever run up here. They just haven't ever seen anybody like Jeff Burton in New Hampshire.
And the Buddy he was talking about, of course, is Buddy Parrott, who has an influence on the race team, but he is not the crew chief anymore.
We talked earlier and showed you Frank Stoddard of the bunch down there. Buddy Parrott of a huge impact. You know, I had a nice visit with this weekend, too. While we watched these laps wind towards conclusions, Waddell Wilson, you talked about Jeff Bodine earlier. He has been brought on board to help oversee the 7 teams operation. As you see, a good scramble right there for 9th spot, and give it to Dale Jarrett as he muscles his way past Kenny Wallace. Waddell Wilson was telling us, though, Bodine is out of the event now and will finish 37th. He said they've reorganized a few things, moved a few folks around. He said it was just a matter of getting that team organized, and he said he expects good things out of the 7 bunch before this season is over.
Waddell, very talented. As a matter of fact, was crew chief for me for a while, and also engine builder for me back when I drove for Harry Renier. So he's got all the qualifications of really turning the race team around.
Remember when his engines were on the pole virtually every weekend or so, it seemed? And he can build some power plants. Well, 10 laps to go. Mark Martin moving in now and wiggles off the corner.
Well, there again, that's why you put 1 coat of paint on the right rear corner. Mark Martin come off just in the back, well, right out against the wall. No contact, though. But I tell you what he is doing. He's drilling Jeff Gordon in some 3-4 car lengths every lap now.
You know, Gordon is remarkable, though. We just saw Ray Evernham chatting down there. This would be, if it holds as it is, Gordon's now in second, or even if he's passed by Mark Martin, it would be the 4th straight top 3 finish for Gordon. The 6th top 3 in the last 7 races.
Got John Andretti says when you get behind Jeff Gordon late in a race, it's sort of like being on one of those kiddie rides at the carnival. He just sort of gets out a little ways with the car, and then it hooks on a rail, and it's perfect.
Matt, do they think that Martin has anything for Gordon here in the last few laps?
Well, we'll talk to crew chief Jimmy Finnick. Jimmy, you've reeled him in. Your car has been better on longer runs, but are you running out of time?
It's going to be close. Mark's driving the wheels off that Valvoline car, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be close.
Well, he'd like a second place here. Remember, he's never won here. He has finished second. He has the second best finishing average in New Hampshire.
Mark Martin looks to the outside there. Jeff Gordon got a great runoff, but look at this traffic they're having to contend with right now. Both these guys four-time winners on this season, so both of them very qualified as they fight it out right near the end of the race here.
They've got Jerry Nadeau and Bill Elliott directly ahead of them.
We've got to be really careful. End of the race, cars are tired, drivers are tired. Gordon doesn't want to lose that spot.
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is for second and third. The leader, Jeff Burton's another area code now.
Yeah, if you're Mark Martin right now, you don't want to make a mistake and try to get under and maybe break the back wheels loose as he just did
like
right
that.
there. Exactly, but one thing you would love to do is to have Jeff Gordon maybe try to pass in the outside groove on these lap cars and use them as a bit to get upside of it.
There is the leader, now by 8 full seconds. Tim Burton looks on.
She's probably tired of than Jeff Burton is. That girl right there, every time he wins, I mean, she is absolutely a nerve knot.
Oh, and Jeremy Mayfield, number 2 in points, has problems. Bad luck continuing for Mayfield. Right front problem.
He's hit something.
Yep. Mayfield was running in 10th. And this is going to cost him big time after tagging the wall in turn 1. Jeremy Mayfield.
There's no caution on the racetrack. See, that wheel is not turning at all. He got hard into the wall with the right front corner there.
And he had been the biggest gainer of the day. Remember, guys, he started in 30th, and he was up to 8th. He had gained 22 spots before tagging the wall, and these guys are going to have to do some work here.
And he was second in points before today.
Yeah, that's going to cost.
Yep.
We have a battle here down the back straightaway.
Mark Martin.
He got him.
It is Roush now running first and second. Hendrick third.
Look at this. Jeff Gordon up under the left rear corner, makes a little contact there. You can see the 6 car getting loose coming out of the corner.
From Mark Martin. Looking back to Jeff Gordon. Lap 296 on the board, just 4 to go. Again, this is for second place. There's nothing to see at the lead right now. He's 8 seconds ahead. Jeff Burton is. There he is, so you'll know he's still out there and running. We hadn't forgotten him, but all the action is behind him.
And Mayfield is still in the pits, losing laps as all this goes on.
He may not even get back out there, Mayfield, before this day is done.
Eli, that was a lot of damage. They would have to replace a lot of parts for that car to roll again. I don't think he's going to make it in time. Jeff Burton looks like a carbon copy of everything we've watched him do all day.
There's Mayfield's bunch working on the right front, but I think it's all over for them. We're at lap 298 now. Second place is now 8 seconds behind. There goes Burton. He's gone. No, that's not second there. There they finally come into view.
Look at the lap traffic. It's never easy. You can see right there, though, that Mark Martin has opened up a good lead because Jeff Gordon did get caught up in lap traffic.
Meanwhile, Jeff Burton coming to the white flag. 1 lap away from his second straight Jiffy Lube 300 win. Kim looks on, waiting for the first win of 98. And what would be the 4th career NASCAR Winston Cup win. The last one last September at Martinsville.
She was talking to him down the back straightaway there on the radio.
It's taken him 22 races to get back to victory lane, but Jeff Burton has done it. He repeats here in New Hampshire. Jeff Burton wins Gordon will take third-place honors, Rusty Wallace fourth, and a solid fifth-place finish, his best run of the year for Mike Skinner. Andretti will cross the line at sixth, Dale Jarrett seventh, Kyle Petty comes home in eighth spot, Schrader's ninth, and limping across the line, Kenny Wallace. He might have been beaten at the stripe by Bobby Labonte. Kenny Wallace right there just limped across the line. We'll give you that 10th place on back and make it official certainly before we leave the air. But how about Jeff Burton just wiping them again here today in New Hampshire?
And a first win as a crew chief for Frankie Stoddard. He did it right in his own backyard.
And first and second for the Jack Roush teams. That's pretty strong. They're housed in the same garage there in Mooresville, North Carolina.
The 7 top 10 in the last 8 races for this team. They've gotten their act back in gear, and they had the big triple today, too. They led it halfway. They led the most laps, and, of course, went on to win the race. 191 laps that they led of 300 here in New Hampshire. Now you got to be happy for that bunch. Time now for us to head towards Victory Lane and the Money Store Winner's Circle, where you can enjoy financing of your home and can consolidate your debts with just one phone call to the Money Store. You did it, my man. Down to Victory Lane.
Okay, thanks, Eli. Oh, he's shaking up a little Coca-Cola there, spraying the crowd and us, and drinks the rest of it. All right. Well, I tell you what, man, that's 2 in a row at this racetrack. You have got a real love affair with this place.
I tell you what, man, that's an awesome race car right there. That's just those guys giving me a great race car and then not doing anything stupid with it. And just real proud of all the work those guys did.
Jeff, you were pretty flawless all day. Was there any point in time at all that you were concerned, particularly in the last half of the race, other than something happened to the car?
I was worried to death we get a caution, and my car didn't go on restarts very good at all. And that was my only concern. You know, this Excite 4 was good all day, and I want to thank everybody at the motor shop, because I'm going to tell you, this thing right here will run. And everybody at the pad shop, my crew chief, Frank, everybody knows everybody's names, and just real proud for all of them.
Well, now, it was a great race car. There's no question about that. But you did a great job with it. You've got a real knack for getting around this place.
It's one of my favorite racetracks, and we got an awfully good race team. We work real hard every single week to be really good, and we were good. We've been good for the last 3 months. We just hadn't capitalized on some of them. So today is feels like the weight of the world off the shoulders.
Well, congratulations, but you know we come back here in only about 6 weeks.
That's good. That's what we need.
Okay, he's ready.
And Kim joins him for the celebration in Victory Lane. Let's head towards the garage area now.
Well, Eli, we've caught up with Mark Martin. A 1-2 finish for Jack Roush. Mark, you had a car that was great on long runs, just not quite there at the end.
Yeah, we had a lucky day today. We had a great car on the long runs, and we got a lot of them. So, you know, we came to the front. We just couldn't run with Jeff. We knew it. He was awesome in practice. He had us by that much, you know, and he had us that much all day. I'm glad to see Jeff Burton and his team win. They should have won some races earlier and hadn't, and today was their day.
You gained some points on Jeff Gordon as well.
Valvoline team is just awesome today. I don't know if we gained any points on him or not because we didn't lead a lap, but we raced as hard as we could, and we scored all we could.
Well, Mark Martin has nearly hit the cycle here in New Hampshire. He's finished everywhere in the top 5 except first.
Meanwhile, down in Victory Lane, there's a lot of celebrating going on, and time for us to hand out the Miller Lite Pit Crew Award. Miller Lite reminds you that whenever you feel good, it's Miller time. Mr. Jarrett.
Thank you, Eli. And this award, on behalf of Miller Lite, is already in the capable hands of Frank Stoddard. First victory as a crew chief. Congratulations. What a great race car.
Boy, thanks, Jeff Burton. Thanks, 99 team, everybody back at the shop. Buddy Parrott, Jimmy Fenning, Jack Roush, Harry McMullen. We had a problem last night on the motor deal, and we changed motors this morning, changed transmissions, worked till 8 o'clock last night. And, you know, we just had a great day. I mean, it was easy to call the race. Our car was as good at lap 90 as it was at lap 10 on the tires. The guys had great pit stops. Every time we came in, we picked up a second and a half on the second place car. And that's a good deal because we felt like we lost a couple races earlier this year and on pit stops, and we've been practicing 2 a days, 10 stops a day for, I don't know, till my knees can't take it anymore.
Well, Frank, congratulations to you guys. You did a great job. I'm going to let you go over here and celebrate with the guys now. Way to go, man.
Thanks a lot.
A super effort by that entire team as celebrations continue in Victory Lane. We are back with more from New Hampshire International Speedway. Jeff Burton wins the Jiffy Lube 300.
Michael came onto the scene in IndyCars as a winner. I'm very proud of the fact that he's carrying on the Andretti name. I'll never forget the first really competitive pass that he did on me. We banged wheels a little bit, and he was gone. Adios, Dada.
The Andrettis rely on the same Texaco Haviland Formula 3 motor oil you can buy right off the shelf.
That's my boy.
And for your cooling system, get Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze from Texaco.
Welcome to the newest Pep Boys Automotive Super Center. On your right, a world-class collection of accessories. And moving along, you'll find the tires.
Impressive. Very.
Right now, all 35,000-mile steel-belted radials, 4 for just $99. Any size, any 4, $99. With prices this low, you won't just like Pep Boys. You're gonna love it. Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Were you born without a soul? Excuse me? You don't know how to love, do you? What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. It's just an oil filter. Just an oil filter? Look, nothing stops more dirt than America's #1 brand of oil filter, Fram. Now get out of here. How do you live with yourself?
Fram oil filters. Pay a little more now, or pay a lot later.
Unleash the beast. Unleash the beast. Unleash the beast, Milwaukee's best.
There's a certain amount of pride that comes with doing it yourself, and Peerless makes it easy. So go ahead, let everyone know. I installed my own faucet this weekend. I installed a Peerless, the do-it-for-yourself faucet.
Well, the crowd's still on hand here at New Hampshire International Speedway, enjoying the post-race festivities. Jeff Burton wins. Mark Martin second. There's your third-place finisher. Let's head down to the garage.
Well, Jeff, this morning you told me you were worried about the 6 and 99 cars. I guess you were a little bit seeing into the future, so to speak. You gave it a great run the first half. You seem to have you covered a little bit in the second.
Well, it wasn't seeing in the future, it was just seeing yesterday's practice. They were really fast all weekend long, and, you know, we got out there early and led some laps, and I knew it was just time before they ran us down. And, you know, the 99 car was just really, really strong. He was in another league out there, and so we're just battling for second. Me and Mark kept going back and forth after pit stops, and I got ahead of him and thought I could get enough gap between the two of us. And my car was really good, and I guess it was just too good because I wore the right rear out a little bit, and he ran me down in traffic.
You guys have really been on a tear. Your 6 top 3 finishes in Charlotte.
That's great. You know, I mean, this team is just performing excellent, and can't say enough about Ray Evernham and all the guys on this DuPont Chevrolet. They're just working really, really hard. They're working together. They're a true sign of what a great team is, and it makes me very proud to be with them every single weekend. I just can't wait for the next race.
Well, Jeff Gordon, a strong top 3 run today.
And Jeff Gordon has also picked up the $30,000 bonus from Gatorade, the front runner award. That goes to the driver leading the NASCAR Winston Cup Series points at halfway. So Jeff Gordon picks up that $30,000 bonus. By the way, Jeremy Mayfield's car finally now rolling. It has taken them this long to get that right front to roll in some degree. We'll head down there and talk to their driver and possibly crew chief, Paul Andrews. So stick around. We're together till the top of the hour, so don't you go away.
Race fans. What brings them together? What draws these noble pilgrims to their hallowed grounds? Is it the speed, the passion, the thrill of victory?
No, it's $1 million. It's the money. It's the money.
Fill up with Texaco Clean System 3 and play Race to Millions. Get the lucky card and your driver could win you $1 million.
I thought they came to see me.
Play Texaco's Race to Millions now.
You've done the math and figured out that you can consolidate bills and still afford to make some home improvements. But the lenders tell you that you don't have enough equity. Hi, I'm Dan Marino. If this has happened to you, call First Plus Financial at 1-800-510-PLUS. They'll lend you up to 125% of the value of your home, less your first mortgage balance. There's no application fees, and you'll get an answer before you hang up. Don't listen to those other lenders. Call First Plus at 1-800-510-PLUS.
There's a certain amount of pride that comes with doing it yourself, and Peerless makes it easy. So go ahead, let everyone know. I installed my own faucet this weekend. I installed a Peerless, the do-it-for-yourself faucet.
Welcome to the newest Pep Boys Automotive Supercenter, a world-class collection of parts at unbeatable prices.
Like Castrol Motor Oil, just 99 cents. All single and multi-weights, 99 cents.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
CNN Motorsports live coverage of the NASCAR Winston Cup Series has been brought to you today by Texaco. Texaco, a world of energy. By Miller Lite, who reminds you that whenever you feel good, it's Miller time. And by First Plus Financial. At First Plus, you don't need equity, you just need a home. Celebrating continues. That is John Sununu Jr. on the left, the Grand Marshal of today's Jiffy Lube 300. And Jeff Burton and the family over there enjoying the spoils of victory. Here, Daddy, you want to have some Gatorade? Paul Andrews is downstairs in the garage area. Let's get an update on what has all gone down in that number 12 car. Steve?
And pushing the car. Now, Paul, we just saw the right front tire come off, and I think we saw the culprit there. Yeah. I'm telling you, we had a little brake problem at the end of the race, and I'm not sure what happened first. If the brake problem created the right front tire, we lost the right front tire and got us into the wall, put us out of the race. I think we were going to be okay with a little brake problem at the end, but the right front tire, we couldn't make it with that. Once we hit the wall, we couldn't do any more. Paul, you guys have been so consistent all year. I think this is your worst finish of 1998. How do you regroup from here? Well, you just got to keep going on forward. We knew, at any time, as close as the points was, anything could happen. We haven't really had any bad runs, any real bad finishes where we, finished far down. It's very possible it's going to happen. But, we've got a lot to be proud of when it's not over yet. We just have to keep going and just keep moving forward. Thanks, Paul. Okay, thank you.
Jeremy Mayfield came home in 30th position, and by the way, we'll show you the full rundown later on, but Bobby Labonte did nip Kenny Wallace at the stripe to finish in 10th with Kenny back in 11th. Back to the garage. Jack Roush swept the top 2 spots as car owner today. Glenn Jarrett's with him.
Yeah, he's a pretty happy man. Pretty impressive performance today. Got to first and second, but that first place car, man, that was something.
That X-Light, oh my goodness.
And a little victory present from his driver, Jeff Burton here. We didn't set that up, man.
Set that up. I believe you picked for him today. No, that X-Side car was just absolutely awesome, In practice yesterday, he looked really good. If Jeff learned anything, that was really special in his earlier series, his previous experience, it was how to race on these flat tracks. It comes to him real natural. Mark, on the other hand, struggles with that some, but as you can see today, he's learning from Jeff. Mark's car was maybe almost as good as Jeff's car for the long run, but Jeff's was the best average car and was surely the best early.
Jack, when you have a car that's that dominant, do you take that information back and spread it among all your team?
Absolutely. The setup information will be disseminated. We'll come back and do a post-race kind of an analysis, both the things they did on the racetrack for strategy and the things that were set up in the car will be considered, and all the other crew chiefs will have a chance to share that information. Unfortunately, I'm concerned that the drivers and the crew chiefs also share it with a number of the other cars, including your brother's car.
No, I wouldn't know anything about that, but Jeff's got his back turned. This might be a good time to get it.
Yeah, I don't have anything for him right now. As soon as I can get some water, though, I'll go get him.
Okay, well, they definitely have something for everybody else today.
There is a happy young fan right there who enjoyed today's running of the Jiffy Lube 300. We'll talk to a lot more folks when we come back to New Hampshire International Speedway right after this.
The more power, the quicker the flash, the brighter the smiles. The more power, the more music to enjoy. Introducing the remarkable power of new Duracell Ultra with a concentrated power force to get more life out of your high-tech devices. The more power, the longer the call, the more expressive the conversation. New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
As Napa drivers, you're responsible for safely delivering the best parts in the world. So I've brought in a special guest instructor. Ron Hornaday, NASCAR Truck Series champion.
You want to go to the turns about 130.
What's a safe distance to be from the guy in front of you?
5 inches. It's called drafting. All right, get in the truck. I'm going to have to show you. You getting all this down?
They're going to can me for this.
This week on Motor Trend, we look at trucks as we take you to Peterson's Truck Fest at Charlotte Motor Speedway and both a 4-inch lift kit on our Project Jeep. Motor Trend Trucks, today at 5:30 on TNN.
Cox Communications brings world-class entertainment to your home and great values in this month's cable bill. Sign up for service and receive either a free beeper or free voicemail for 6 months from Smart Beep. Redeem this coupon and receive 10% off your next auto service at Subtle Motor Corporation. Subtle, Virginia's largest Cadillac Oldsmobile dealer. This coupon gives you 5 ways to save on the auto services you need at Randy Hutchinson's Brake King. At Brake King, the customer is number 1. Information, value, entertainment, choice. Yours on Cox Communications.
Many have witnessed its awesome power. It is a strategic device of immense importance. It can bring into range an entire nation, a single neighborhood, or any segment of the populace. And most remarkable of all, it's growing even stronger as advertisers and viewers use it in record numbers. From Main Street to Madison Avenue, America's sold on cable.
Hampton businesses are sold on cable rep advertising. Call 873-1366 today.
Well, paybacks are tough. Jack Roush got a hold of a water bottle down there in Victory Lane and tried to return that shower to Jeff Burton as we welcome you back to New Hampshire International Speedway. Don't forget, you want to get the finishing order today or any of the NASCAR news, you can go online at NASCAR.com. Your 24-hour NASCAR Garage Pass, and they'll give you all the latest NASCAR news, which includes the fact that Randy LaJoie got back to Victory Lane last night down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We congratulate him for his win in the NASCAR Busch Series.
Absolutely. Did a great job, and Tim Feedaway, his teammate, sat on the pole for the race.
Another bit of NASCAR news. Joey Knuckles is the new crew chief for Bud Moore's number 15 Rescue Engine Formula Ford. Joey Knuckles left Elton Sawyer's Busch Series team after last night's race in Myrtle Beach. Tim Steele will drive 5 races this year. Another driver will drive the other 3, so Steele can preserve his rookie status for next year. And also earlier this week, Bunky Knudsen passed away. The national commissioner of NASCAR since 1978, died of heart failure in Michigan. He served as the national commissioner for NASCAR for 20 years. Bunky Knudsen passing away earlier this week. That is the latest NASCAR news, all available to you at NASCAR Online. Back to the garage area. Matt Yoakum with a very happy Mike Skinner.
Smiles, handshakes, and a little bit of water being thrown around. In his 60th career start, Mike Skinner, congratulations, your first top 5.
Well, it's only 5th. It's not a win, but Jeff Burton was awful stout, and I really want to congratulate them. And clean racer, you know. Told Richard the other day we was talking about all the struggling and me being hurt and not mentally ready to race and stuff. And like I told him, I said, doggone it, Bristol, we're running the top 5 half the race. I said, it's easier to run in the top 5 than it is 20th because everybody running 20th knows they don't belong there, so it's a lot harder. So, you know, the guys kept the car up front with the pit stops all day. Larry made good, smart calls, great gas mileage, good motor, Lowe's home improvement. Finally helped them a little bit. They've been helping me for 2 years. Maybe I got them a little something here, a little taste of Japan back in Daytona. And I hated that we didn't go to Daytona. I really felt like we got a good car for Daytona. We've really fine-tuned it for Daytona. We're probably going to have to run at Talladega first. But these guys are good. If we can stay out of trouble there, we might go back to Daytona and have a good run there.
It's been an up-and-down year for you. Your future has been in the rumor mill quite a bit over the past couple of weeks. Does this quiet the naysayers about Mike Skinner and his driving ability with his team?
You tell me. I don't know. You know,
I really, I've had several car owners approach me and tell me, you know, if things don't work out with your RCR, that, you know, you won't be on the sideline, or you won't be in a truck. You know, you'll be driving a Winston Cup car next year. And, you know, I hate that. You know, I really appreciate the opportunities to drive other people's cars, and there's some good cars and some good rides out there. But, you know, I always thought a dream come true would be to, you know, get with my first full-time Winston Cup ride, be my only full-time Winston Cup ride. And I'd like to have a long relationship with Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse and Chevrolet. And, you know, Sylvania was on the back of the car today. All the vendor partners, MTD and Southeast Wood and Owens Corning, you know, Valspar Paints, they've really hung in there. They help me with the truck. Snap-on Tools isn't even on the car, and they help us so much all the time. And, you know, means a lot. We'll have some more of these.
A top 5 finish. He didn't miss anybody, and only his 4th start with Larry McReynolds. A career best 5th place finish. Steve?
All right, Matt, we're with Rusty Wallace. Rusty, it wasn't a win, but gosh, you guys continue to post top 5s, top 10s. Great run.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. The car ran great today. We started out real loose, and kind of thought it might be loose at the beginning because I was concentrating on trying to make that front end turn really, really good. So it was loose. We kept adjusting chassis, air and tires up, dropping track bars, putting wedge in, worked on it every pit stop, and got it really, really good. And right there at the end, it was the best it was, but we just kind of run out of time.
Rusty, we heard Ray Evernham say at the end of the race that that was as good as a 24 car had ever run at Loudon. Just the 99 was that good. How about you guys?
The 99 was excellent. He had a great car today, and I thought Mark was good. I really thought the cars that finished in the top 5 were really good cars, but I don't think I've ever seen this racetrack this slick. It was like driving on oil out there. It was just amazing. But we had a good car. The motor ran excellent. Pit stops were perfect, and all I can say is we just got outran today. We had a good car, good, strong top 5. We just got beat, and that was it.
You look like you could go another 300.
Oh, I feel it's only a 300-mile race. You only need 3 hours sleep for that. Heck, I'm okay.
That's the unofficial Dick Trickle rule. Thanks, Rusty.
The unofficial Dick Trickle rule. Well, we'll come back. We'll take a look at the finishing results. Jeff Burton wins it here in New Hampshire. We're back with more in a moment.
Hold it, Harry. You know you can't use Duraloop fuel treatment in your Indy car. It's an unfair advantage.
I'm not allowed to use this product in my Indy car, but in my road car, I want the Duraloop advantage.
Duraloop is scientifically formulated to clean, condition, and protect your fuel system for a smoother running engine with more power and less harmful emissions. Duraloop fuel treatment, tomorrow's technology today.
So, I read an article that says they think about it every 8 seconds. I wouldn't doubt it. It seems like the only thing Dave ever wanted. They have one-track minds. It must be something biological or genetic. Men, they're all the same.
Hey. You read my mind.
Feather Light, the official trailer of NASCAR, IndyCar, World of Outlaws, IRL, and a major sponsor of NHRA. Remember to call Feather Light for all your trailer needs at 800-800-1230. Radio communications are provided by Racing Radios. For all your racing communications needs as well as scanners, call on Racing Radios at 1-800-669-1522. And by LA West Luxury Vans. LA West vans are available at select Ford dealerships nationwide. Call us at 800-786-VANS.
The fans filing out. Some going the route of the helicopter. Others availing themselves of the 4 lanes of Highway 106 right out in front. Anyway, that's how the running order finishes today. Jeff Burton with a solid run. There's Kyle Petty in 8th. That'll be his first top 10 finish of 1998. A good effort for him, a solid effort. See, Bobby Labonte did nip Kenny Wallace at the line. And, hey, guys, Jeff Green with his best of 98.
Good 12th place finish there. He soldiered along and kept himself out of trouble all day long. Did a good job.
Saw Earnhardt there back in 18th spot. Jimmy Spencer, 25th. Elliott, 26th. Jeremy Mayfield had his problems there at the finish. Started and finished in 30th. Oh, Gary Bradbury there in 40th. in the Tabasco car. And the first driver out of the event, Steve Grisham of Gadsden, Alabama. So that's the official rundown here as the Jiffy Lube 300 is in the book. What does it mean as far as NASCAR Winston Cup points? While the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show entertains, you see that it's now Mayfield dropping from second to fourth. That was a costly little problem there at the end of the race.
Sure was. First DNF of the year for him. Dropped him way back. He had a tough ride last weekend, or I should say 2 weeks ago now at Sears Point. That hurt him, but this hurt him even more.
Mark Martin in second place right there, only 52 points back. That's hardly anything anymore.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. 5 points for leading lap, 5 extra points for leading the most laps, and then the position to finish ahead of the guy. If he happens to spend like 5-6 spots ahead of Gordon, it'll tighten right up to 0.
Yeah, we're only at the halfway point of the season anyway. Long ways to go, and that point thing is going to shuffle back and forth as the year unfolds.
There you see the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show, folks, as they put their Chevy Camaros through their paces on the main straightaway. John Andretti didn't have quite that bumpy a ride today. He had a solid 6th place finish.
Yeah, Eli, John had a smooth ride. John, another top 10.
Yeah, it was a good race for us. The whole STP team has done a great job, and you know, we've been doing this all year long. We just haven't been getting to the finish line, and I'm really proud of what they've been able to do. I thought we were a little bit tough for going into the race, and well, I'm really proud of what Jeff did. I mean, you know, he did great. It's a great finish for Kyle, and the King's not even here. He's at the truck race. So, hey, Richard, and you know, and I think that when we go on Pocono, we'll have a better result there now.
John, we heard a couple of drivers say that they thought Rusty and Jeff Bodine earlier say the track was slick. How about from where you sat?
Yeah, it's slick, but you know, it seemed like we got really hooked up there at the end, but we were just struggling in one part of the corner on both ends, and we fixed that. We'll be right there with them.
Okay, great run. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, so an interesting review. Mixed. Hey, now if our director Gary Clem can leave early, can't we leave early? Come back with that hat. We're back in a moment.
Mission Control, we have a problem. Even in today's high-tech engines, deposits can still diminish power. Dirty fuel system affecting performance. Enter Valvoline SynPower, a new line of additives and cleaners, like complete fuel system treatment, formulated with component-targeting synthetics that lock on and eliminate those power-robbing deposits, so your engine runs cleaner and performs the way it should. We have ignition. Valvoline SynPower, rocket science for the road. Get a limited edition Hot Wheels car and enter to win a real Mark Martin race car. Details at your local auto parts store.
Finally, after 49 years, you now have a soft drink that not only refreshes your thirst, it refreshes your sport. Drink accordingly.
All across America, you're there to see us through. Just around the corner, a neighborhood Jiffy Lube.
You depend on your car, so trust it to Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube makes it easy. Every 3,000 miles.
3,000 miles, you make us smile. America's Jiffy Lube.
Drive in, drive out, drive on.
It's good to know that in an era of superstars, big corporate sponsorships, and network TV deals, there's an organization that also cares about fairness and sportsmanship, that realizes its fans are the sole reason for its success, and knows it should never go so fast that it can't slow down if there's a good enough reason. This is NASCAR, and this is the way we've done things for 50 years.
They are heading towards the inspection station. The driver's job might be done for the day, but for those fellas, there's lots of work yet to do. They'll be going over that Exide Ford with a fine-tooth comb to make sure it conforms to all of the NASCAR rules and regulations. Hey, coming up on Friday, TNN Motor Madness. Don't miss the greatest show on dirt. as the Pennzoil World of Outlaws do battle in the Eldora Clash. See it Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TNN Motor Madness. Then coming up on Saturday on TNN, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws will be crowning their sprint car czar. They'll be shooting for $50,000 in the 15th annual Kings Royal. It all starts Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on TNN Motorsports. That is some outstanding racing those 2 nights of action for the Outlaws.
Eldora is one of the real incredible racetracks to watch sprint car racing on. They just run wide open all the way around at that place. And if you've never seen sprint car racing, tune this in. I guarantee you'll stick to it all the way through the broadcast.
And now our producer, Joel McKee, is leaving. I wonder who's downstairs. Matt Yoakum, are you still here?
Eli's still on the clock and talking to Todd Parent. Todd, we talked this morning. You guys were pretty optimistic about today. Up and down day for you.
Oh, yeah. It's one of them days where the car was pretty decent. You know, we were sitting there running second or third.